Good morning. How are you? I want you to know I love you. I hope you're having a great day. To continue our ongoing story, I want to talk to you today about what you do, how you pick things, how you choose, and the unique gifts you have. And they're unique because each and every person who has ever been, God gave the ability to control and decide what they would feel about and when. As I talked to you yesterday, I talked about the worth. Worth is what you feel, not what somebody else says and not what society says, but what you feel. We go through life with a choice. We have to choose who we're going to believe or what we're going to believe. When you believe in other people, then you're giving them the authority to assign your values. That's what value is, what somebody else says. Worth is what you feel. That is the true measure of you. Our country was designed to allow the individual to affect their own worth. And by doing that, then it would protect everybody. That was the concept originally. Unfortunately, people don't take the time to vote, and when they don't take the time to vote, then the mob mentality rules. And unconsciously, they are allowing the mob mentality to rule their lives. But all that will eventually have to be dealt with. But for right now, I'm talking about the stroke survivors, the TBI survivors. You have a unique situation, but you also have unique gifts. God gave you gifts. He gave you the ability to decide what you would feel and why and when. Now, we talk a lot in our support group about what doctors say and what they don't say. And the problem with what they say is they have to be generic. They have to be value driven, where the individual is worth driven. You need to establish what's going to happen to you. No doctor can. No one else can. It's up to you. As a supporter of somebody who has had a stroke or TBI, this is your measure of how much you love. Because you are going to have to help them refine their way and help them redefine their worth in their own mind and in yours at the same time. You can either improve your value or your worth by what you do and how you show yourself to be true and supportive and encouraging, or you can tear it all apart. And you can drive them away from you. You can drive them away from themselves. It's a terrible situation. There is no two ways about it. But when God created us, He gave us the ability to overcome it. The thing of it is, He gave us each the individual ability to overcome it. So, as a caregiver or a caretaker, you have to encourage the person to exercise that ability. That means don't do for them, do with them. Let them begin it and then help them. That's what counts. Trying to do it for them is not going to make it better for them. It's not going to make it better for you. Do it with them. That's much better. You're going to see improvements. They will see improvements. And it will automatically increase their self-worth. I want everybody to understand that God loves you so much, He gave you all this ability. But it's up to you to use it. Just like in this country, God gave, or people, our founding fathers gave us the ability to be able to control the government. If we don't exercise it and we let it get out of hand, which is what has happened, then we're going to pay the price for it. Well, I know those two seem far apart, but they're not, because both things are going to affect the individual. The whole key and the whole beauty of all of this is, how do you support and protect and defend and help the individual to really establish their own worth? How do you protect them? What do you do? This country was designed to do just that, but we've let it get away and let other people tell us instead of us telling them what it should be. The survivors may not be able to speak, or speak as fluently or as beautifully as we would like, but they can speak and they can try to help themselves. If you want them to be better, then give them the opportunity to. Do it with them, not for them. These things are all wonderful in the way God designed us. And He designed things to work so that they will support the concept of the individual. You look at everything you do sets in motion a chain of events. A person with a stroke may never be able to do everything he used to do, but suppose they can get up and they can tie their shoes. Can you imagine what a fantastic thing that would be if you were been unable to do it? Perhaps they can make their own meal when they want to. That seems simple, but it's an amazing thing. Perhaps they can clean up after themselves. All of these things sound so simple, but the reality of life is supposed to be simple. We make it much harder than it has to be. We beat each other up. We insist on our value for the people instead of their own worth. We insist on being in control, and the only one we're in control of is ourselves. Yes, you can probably do terrible things to someone who's unable to defend themselves, but that's not an excuse, and it's not right. That's what's happening in this country. The leadership no longer values the people. They establish what they think is their value, which is nothing. The people have the right to establish their own worth, and the only way they can enforce it is to go out and vote. I encourage people to vote because God gave you the right to affect your own value. He did not give that right to other people to affect your value for you. If you accept it, then you will get what they give you. As a stroke victim, if you accept the stroke as being totally debilitating, then you will be debilitated. If you want to pick yourself up, the best way to do it is to start by helping somebody else. When you help others, it helps you. That's just a fact. Try to find ways, if you can't help somebody outside the home, to help your caregivers. They can use the help. Help yourself. Help them. These things will bring people to you, not drive them away. And that's your choice. Do you want people around you? Do you want to make things better for yourself? Do you want to make your life mean something more? Then that's how you do it. I have had my brain injury for a long time, and I've gotten used to it to a degree. And I'm not going to let it stop me. I will try to do what I believe is right, and I will say what I think I need to say. May not be pretty all the time, may not be poetic, may not flow, but it's me. And you need to find you again. You need to make you the start of making things better for everyone. Make them better for yourself first. Then you can affect other people. Because other people will be so impressed with what you're doing and how you are facing what you're facing. People who don't know don't know. People around you do know. And those are the people you need to keep close. I love you. I hope you have a great day. See ya.